And now, the best 60-ish seconds of your week.
And I'm here in beautiful Edinburgh, Scotland once again with my son AJ, playing his finale of his college football career here on the other side of the pond. But back at home, big news. Punxsutawney Phil yesterday in the 138th edition of his servicing says it's going to be an early spring, which of course makes guys like me very happy. Now, Groundhog Day has an interesting history. You know, I love history. It originally was put together to coincide with the Christian holiday of Candlemas. And through the years, because they don't have hedgehogs in the U.S., when Groundhog Day came over here, they changed it to Groundhog. We don't really eat groundhogs like they did in Europe, but it has become a spectacular holiday. And interestingly, Punxsutawney Phil, the great prognosticator of weather, doesn't really have that great of a track record, about 39% over the years, better than most weather people, and over the course of the last decade, right, only 3 times, but let's hope that this year he is correct. And you know, there are imposters all across the U.S. now who say they are the true Groundhog Day groundhog, but we all know you've got to go to Gobbler's Notch, as 45,000 plus did this year, braving some pretty intemperate weather to be there, and to see Punxsutawney Phil, who, despite the fact that groundhogs have about an 8 to 10 year lifespan, has been around since the 1800s. Think about that. How can you be wrong? And in equally serious news, if you didn't get an opportunity to this week, watch the Mayorkas impeachment hearings. If ever there was somebody that deserved to be impeached, it's Alejandro Mayorkas, who has not only done a terrible job as the head of the Department of Homeland Security, but is perhaps the most arrogant public official I've ever seen, and I've been around a while now. I mean, if you watch him in congressional testimony with his chin up like this, lecturing members of Congress, not answering their questions, and when he does, lying through his teeth. I mean, here is a man that time after time after time, and continues to tell us that the border is secure, something nobody believes, including his boss, President Biden, who now says, the border isn't that secure. Well, gee, who couldn't figure that out with 10 million, think about that, 10 million illegal immigrants surging across the border since Joe Biden got into the White House. It is a tragedy of unparalleled proportion, and hopefully something can be done to stop Mayorkas, to seal up the border, and to make America really safe again. And in really good news, just 2 weeks, and pitchers and catchers report. So for now, that is truly the best 60-ish seconds of your week.